Hi everybody, welcome back to The Young Grower. So today is Monday the 13th of April and we're here about to plant our secondaries and our main crops. We've got lots of bags already prepared. We've got some flower buckets over there. We've got some 36 litre polypots, and over here we have the 30 litre buckets.
Lift me up higher above the clouds, won't you love? When the scenery is right, go right in. I wanna fall deep within. Don't leave me hanging just 'cause I'm too proud. Whisper away my outdated doubts. Somebody do me the
We've got lots of bags already prepared. We've got some flower buckets over there. We've got some 36 litre polypots. But before we go and do them, let's talk about the varieties we have. So one of our main goals for this season is to become self-sufficient in potatoes and provide potatoes to other members of our family, and I think we hopefully have this. So let's get started with the heritage potatoes. These have all been chitting at home. I can't 100% remember the date, but I'll find out when I go home. I'll put it on the screen for you. They've all been in the same place. These ones have got a lot longer than the rest of them. They've all had the same light, so I'm just going to plant them as they are. These are the Shetland Black. Shetland Black seed potato produces heavy crops to small to medium sized, long or oval shaped tubers. A very dark purple or almost black mottled skin with shallow eyes hides a distinctive purple ring in the white flesh. Shetland Black make a tasty creamy mash, boil well, and will also bake, saute and fry. Texture is floury with a lovely buttery flavour. So the Shetland Black potatoes originated from the Shetland Islands, where they were first recorded as being bred in 1923 with a very dark purple black skin. The Shetland Black are the only secondary variety that we are growing this year. The rest of them are main crop. And then over here we have Arran Victory. Is it Arran? Arian? Well, I'm just going to call it Arran Victory. So these were bred on the Isles of Arran, or however you spell it, named in celebration of the end of the war. This heritage potato variety has a vibrant blue skin, which changes to a creamy yellow colour once cooked, and a snowy white flesh. They have a good earthy taste and make a perfect chips and roasted potato, as they have a fluffy texture. And these ones were introduced in 1918, like I said, to celebrate the end of World War I. So the next box over here we have a patriotic collection, and these are all heritage varieties as well. So let's start at the front. We have Highland Burgundy. This heritage variety was originally used to add absorbent colour to a meal for the Duke of Burgundy at the Savoy in London. Highland Burgundy potatoes are a long oval shape with bright burgundy skin, combined with red flesh with a defiant ring of white. Excellent for novelty roasties, crisps, chips. They are best cooked with their skins on to retain their colour. And the Highland Burgundy Red have been around since about 1930s. So the next variety we have is Salad Blue. So the Salad Blue is oval in shape, with skins and flesh both a strong deep blue colour. They have a fluffy textured flesh with a delicate flavour, and are believed to have been a result of a Victorian amateur potato breeder. And these ones are dated back to around 1900. And then behind them we have Mayan Gold. The Mayan Gold is a unique heritage variety because they are the first potato in the UK from the indigenous Peruvian potato of Peru. Mayan Gold have a rich golden colour and a Moorish flavour. They have a fluffy flesh with result in excellent roasties, chips and jackets. I'm not 100% sure on the date for them. I did try and find it, but we'll try and find it later and I'll put it up on the screen. Then the last two varieties. So here we have Desire. These were one of our best cropping potatoes we did last year. The desired potato originates from Holland in 1962 and is generally grown as a main crop potato. When grown this way, it can produce very large potatoes. However, it can also be treated as an early main crop potato, which it bulks up early in the season. This will allow harvests 2 or 3 weeks earlier than normal potatoes, and the size will still be a nice size. It's a versatile potato as far as cooking goes. So our next potato that cropped really well last year, what we're doing again, is Maris Piper. So Maris Piper is a favourite English potato grown since the 60s. Maris Piper is a purple flowered main crop potato and is one of the best known and most popular varieties on sale today. Back in 2012, over 19,000 hectares were grown in the UK. They have a golden skin and creamy white flesh with a fluffy texture. This makes it a versatile all-rounder. So that is the varieties we're doing this year. We've got quite a lot. So before we get started, I'm just going to tell you what we're going to be using as the growing medium. So that is the compost manure mix. So here we have the well-rotted manure that we got last year mixed with last year's compost from the potatoes. And we have put that as a bottom layer, and then we have added about 5 centimetres of multi-purpose compost with some bloodfish and bone, and we've done that to all of them. So the next stage is literally we're just going to push the potatoes in and then top them up with the mixture, more bloodfish and bone and more compost. And the way I see it, the more feed you give them, the more you end up getting. But anything that we use is organic, nothing is chemicals, no artificial fertilisers or anything. And during the season we'll feed them with some seaweed tea. So in the poly pots over there we've got 8 bags and 8 bags down there. They're going to be the desire and the main crop. So we'll get on with them first and then we'll do the heritage varieties. Somehow it's worked out perfectly as 3 potatoes each for the 8 bags. It can vary how many potatoes you put in, to be honest, depending with the size. I like to do 3 potatoes, but if I'm really short I will do 2. I believe I get a bigger harvest when I do the 3 potatoes. But I am going to put some single potatoes in the smaller pots that are down there. So we'll see what the result is later on in the season compared to some in them. So let's get on with these. We'll put 3 in a bag. I like to push them down, get them as deep as I can. There we go, that is them done. So we will literally top them bags fully up. So that is 3 potatoes in each bag, and I just put in like a triangle, and then they just need to be topped up. But we're going to do all the topping up after. We're going to put all the potatoes in and then top everything up. So now we are down here and we have the Maris Piper to plant, and we're going to do the same again and get them in. Just in case you missed it, we'll show you again. It's 3 potatoes per bag. Just like that. So that is them ones all planted up, and we have a few left over, so I'll put them aside for over there. For us, one of the biggest things about growing potatoes in bags or in buckets compared to in the ground is it's so easy. It requires no digging, no manual labour really. You can literally put your hands in and just grab them. The soil will be loose. It's perfect. So if you struggle to grow potatoes in the ground, I really recommend getting yourself some buckets or some bags or anything really, anything you can grow potatoes in like that. There's plenty of things you can just get some, and if you are struggling to get some seed potatoes now, try some of your home potatoes, because what have you got to lose? not much out there at the moment with all the shops closed. Online stores are very busy. They're struggling to get their orders out. We was lucky we got all these just before anything happened, and all the heritage ones, we ordered them last year. But get some out your cupboard. If they've got some roots on them, perfect. Put them in. If not, just put them in anyway. You've got nothing to lose, and see what happens. They like lots of organic matter. They like to be fed quite a lot. So don't be afraid. Experiment. Try things out. That's how we started, and now, yeah, we're going fully self-sufficient in potatoes this year. So if you have a similar sort of goal and wanting to go self-sufficient in potatoes and do something as crazy as we are, not gonna lie to you, we have had to buy compost in, but we also have a really good source of free, well-rotted horse manure that is absolutely amazing for growing potatoes. And from now on, this compost will stay in these bags and buckets. We'll just replenish the nutrients by giving it lots of well-rotted horse manure and bloodfish and bone, topping it up and making it like it was new again. But we've got to start somewhere, and with how many potatoes we're going to get, in the end it's going to be worth all this hard work, money, time, and fresh, homegrown, organic potatoes. What more could you ask for? So now let's do the heritage varieties. We're going to do 3 buckets of each one. We've actually been around and put some electrical tape on the buckets and then wrote on them with a Sharpie. We use a Sharpie because if you use any other mate, it comes off. This seems to be the only mate that actually stays on. So yeah, let's get on with doing these. So we have Shetland Black, Highland Burgundy Red, Arran Victory, Salad Blue, and then the Mayan Gold. So that's those ones done. Now on to the Arran Victory. So the last of these ones to do are the Mayan Golds, and they're going in these 3 pots. So there's 3 in each bucket. And there we go, that is them ones in. So now we just got to do these ones. We have a lot more of these ones, and they're definitely not all going to fit in 6 containers. We have quite a lot of bags at home as well that need some seed potatoes that I completely forgot, but we've still got them down there as well. I've got 10 of these bags in my back garden from last year that I completely forgot about, that are getting brought here because we're only going to grow vegetables here. There wasn't enough sun in our back garden, so they didn't do too well. So that is all the 30 litre buckets planted up and all the 36 litre polypots. So another good thing about growing them in the buckets, the polypots, is that you haven't got to mound them up constantly. We can top these bags right up to the top, and then all we've got to do is water them, feed them. I will feed mine some seaweed tea, and I'll do a video later on in the season to show you how I make it. So here we have the bloodfish and bone. I buy my bloodfish and bone in bulk. It's just in a sweet container. So I buy it in bulk off Amazon. It works out a lot cheaper than buying little boxes. And what I've been doing is literally just... So we've just put the potatoes in, let you see them. Good sprinkle. There we go. And then because we have the manure compost that I showed you earlier. I'm going to put a few good sprinkles in there. And then we're going to top it up with compost. So we'll fill it to about there, just so when we water it don't overflow straight away. So now we're going to do this with the rest of them, and we'll show you the end result. So that is all the 30 litre buckets topped up with compost and some bloodfish and bone. There we go, that is all the bags topped up. We're going to plant them up maybe tomorrow or the next day. We've still got all these ones left to plant. There's a few in there. And we've got the bags at home as well. Well, I think most of them should be able to go in these containers. But it's going to be interesting to see the difference between what one potato produces and then what 3 potato produces. So I hope this video could bring you some information and knowledge on how to grow your own potatoes in containers, buckets, pots. If you get a potato in it, you should be able to grow in it. That is my motto anyway. But it's so simple, so easy to grow potatoes, and even if you try to grow one pot, next year you will end up growing more. I think we've grown more. So hopefully from all these 36 litre polypots and all these 30 litre buckets, we should be self-sufficient in potatoes this year. Hopefully. We've got lots of new varieties we're trying out and they're heritage varieties, like I said at the beginning of the video. So hopefully this may inspire you to grow something a bit different that looks a bit different. So that is it from me here at The Young Grower. So thank you all for watching this video, and we'll see each other soon.
Call me out, tiger. Call me out, why don't you learn? Lift me up higher, above the clouds, won't you learn? When the scenery is right, go right in. I wanna fall deep within. Don't leave me hanging just 'cause I'm too proud. Whisper away my outdated